Hello everyone and welcome back to another custom Diecast review. Now today's Diecast review is something very different. This is a fantasy paint scheme from Joey. I'll leave his, not Discord, Instagram right here on the screen. I'm tired, so if I sound off, that's because two things. One, I'm tired. Two, I have a headache. I don't know why I have a headache, but I am tired because I've been up since 10 p.m. and it's like, I don't know, it's like 9 or 7, 8, somewhere around there, or AM right now. So I shouldn't be that tired, but at the same time, I only slept for a little bit. I took like a nap, and then I have been up since. But anyway, this is a fantasy paint scheme by Joey. This is a throwback paint scheme as well. So the reason this came about was he was like, hey, is there any throwback schemes, you're wanting to do? Because I was doing some for the Wrangler Racing Motorsports team, right? So I was going to throw those on there on track after just whenever, maybe like next month or early this month, or not this month, early next month. Because, this month is already over. I'm working on Martinsville right now. I couldn't think of the name, but I'm working on Martinsville right now, and I'm going to try to get 2 out next month. I gotta work pretty hard on that because I'm pretty behind schedule. I gotta look at my schedule to see how far off I actually am. I know I'm behind a few races, which is unfortunate. I haven't been getting to them. But anyway, the next race after Martinsville is Darlington. So this is the next race, and we chose this paint scheme because I'm like, he's like, can we do this one? It's something he's wanted to do. I'm like, yeah, sure, because, Kurt Busch didn't really have a throwback. I think last year he just had the monster scheme, just like this year. I don't really remember for sure. And if it was that scheme, it wasn't a very good one. So he's like, hey, you have a donor, or you have multiple donors, so can we do this one? I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Go ahead. He's like, all right. He was stoked about it. He was super happy. So this is a throwback to Kurt Busch's number 97. I don't think it was Cup. I think it was... was it Busch series at the time? I don't remember. This is like the $1 million car. I had a diecast of this forever ago. I got it at a yard sale, but I have no clue where it is now. But I'll throw a picture of the actual car on screen right now. That's what it was like a throwback to. When he was in the 97, sponsored by Sharpie. And actually, I just watched a documentary on Kurt Busch. I think it was called Kurt Busch the Outlaw, or something like that. It was posted like 5 or so years ago. But it was actually pretty interesting videos, about an hour or so long. It was a pretty cool documentary, though. And it actually kind of made me respect Kurt Busch a little bit more, because I kind of knew what he went through, before this current time. I didn't know he got penalized so much for, just stupid stuff, basically. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Also, this custom is not the best, and I'll tell you why. Clearly you can see the black doesn't match. It's got white lines around it. And I'll tell you why that happened, because normally I can kind of fix that. So, just before we get into the review, there was a weird thing, because this was absolutely black. Like, this is a dark black, and like when I clear coated it the first time, it had this weird fog to it. I'm like, well, that's not very cool, so I clear coated it again, and then it finally got so to explain it better, it got a fog type finish with like a metallic finish as well. It was foggy, like not a metallic, a foggy matte looking finish. And I'm like, that's not what I want. So I spread it again, and it turned out a lot better. It's more glossy now, which is what I wanted. But now that it was foggy the first time, the black isn't as dark as it would have been. And because of that, you can see where the black doesn't match. So it's a lot easier to see. And right here, I was trying to match it, or not really match it, but you can see how it went from black to gray, or not gray, but like a faded black. Now normally I will take the outlines, like the white outlines, and cover it Sharpie. That should have been fine. But where it did that little fog thing, I kind of gave up, because like that's not going to look good at all. But the good thing about it is, it's only going to be ran one race, and that's the Darlington race for this year. Or this season, not really this year, but technically for the Cup Series or Little Wrangler Cup Series, my stop motion series, it's going to be ran in this race. So it's going to be the next race, which is going to be after Martinsville, but it's only going to be ran once, and then I'll scrap it again, just whatever. Or I'll keep it this way until it's scrapped. But yeah, that's what it was based off of. It was like $1 million car or something when he was in the 97. So let's go ahead and get to this diecast review. Now again, this template was made by Joey, right? I had no say-so in it. I let him have it. I let him have this paint scheme. I'm like, hey, you know what? You make a throwback scheme, I'll do it. And he chose this. Again, it was, oops, sorry. It was like the 97. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Cup Series. I'll have to look at that afterwards. But I already threw a picture up of what it was. It was the $97 million car or whatnot. But what he did, he threw some $100 bills on there. It actually looked pretty cool. I thought I liked it. It's nowhere near as much as the 97, but still, you get the idea. It's still pretty cool. Right here on the hood, we got Monster Energy, and we got some $100 bills there. Got the Monster Energy Cup Series. Got that right there as well. The Monster Energy Cup Series there as well. I don't know why I said it like that. I meant to say again. But got a $100 bill behind the NASCAR race car, so that made it look kind of weird. I mean, which is fine. Got an old number 1 right there. Got the $100 bill. Got Kurt Busch. You got a Sharpie, and it says Monster Energy. I don't know why he didn't just put Sharpie. I understand why, because it's Monster Energy and it's got a Sharpie marker. But I mean, you know, I get that. So right here on the back, we used a older type style of taillights, and this back was kind of wonky when I put it on there. It wasn't wanting to stay on right, so I just said screw it and went with it. Got the Camaro, Monster Energy, got the $100 bills here. Looks pretty slanted, doesn't it? Also, when I went to clear coat this, the decals weren't staying on very good. So I just had to spray it again anyway and hope they stayed on, and so far they're doing pretty decent. Got Camaro, got the $100 bills there. I assume that represents rookie stripes. I don't know for sure, but I would assume that's what that is. You got Monster Energy right there. Looks pretty crooked. That might be my fault, actually. I don't know, but you got a little fold here. That was my fault. I didn't see that. Again, these decals didn't stick to the diecast very well, and I don't know why. Got Monster Energy there. Again, I got the $100 bills. Got the number 1. Got a yellow skirt. Let's see what's on the B post. Got Monster Simon, something, and Gear Wrench, I believe that's what that is. Got some $100 bills up there. Got Kurt Busch. You got the NASCAR race car, Monster Energy logo, Simons. I can't tell what those are on the bottom there. And this is where I hate it, right? So you can tell pretty good that's where that black kind of separates, and I hate that. But that's just how it was, how it went. Also, the number right here, that's supposed to be the number 1 right here underneath the headlight, and then Chip Ganassi underneath this. The bumpers are always way too tall. Way too tall for whatever reason. The templates, that's just how they are. So I don't know really how to fix that, because if you like crunch it up, if you make it shorter, then it won't fit the grill or the little intakes or whatever. But if you leave it fine, you know, you're going to have this kind of cutting issue, and that's just how it is. That's always been that way. I don't know why, but it always has. No special tires or anything. This is the year. This is based off of 2019, so that's just when they had the normal Goodyear Eagles. So nothing special. But yeah, so that's kind of the story behind this paint scheme. Now I know it's a fantasy and whatnot, but some people really like the fantasy paint schemes, and I actually think Joey did a really decent job on not only making the template, but picking what the throwback would be to for Kurt. And again, I had so many Camaro ZL1s, not one of these, but hopefully I should get some more soon with Wave 5. Also, I gotta do a review, not really a review, but a kind of reaction video to Wave 5. So I definitely gotta say so in that wave. I gotta start doing more of those. But yeah, that's the story behind this diecast, and I think it's going to be really cool on track. But anyway, with that being said, that is going to be all for this diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.